religious person, Christ Embassy, where they said that Elon Musk for this year is the highest donor of their Rhapsody of Reality. If there is any relationship between Elon Musk and Christ Embassy, and the answer was no. Chris said he raised over 50 people from the dead. What I am not comfortable with is the fact that we've not been able to identify one person.
I mean, Pastor Chris is somebody I respect. So I don't expect that he should be coming out with that kind of story, because that's unusual.
That is
just like Lazarus. Everybody knew Lazarus died for 4 days. Jesus brought him. It was verifiable.
Someone is claiming to be God, and people believe he is God. They worship him like God. They call him God. And then this man died. Jesus Christ, those who believe that this Jewish man is God, do they have any right to condemn those who are saying that this Clapper man is not God? Is it because this one is an African and the other one is a Jewish man? Or what exactly is?
We speak to the nations. Falsehood is collapsing. Deception is collapsing.
With the messenger angel in the year of redemption, the year of extrication from the land of the soaring eagles, the eagle that has just been extricated from the Christ Embassy Global Fellowship USA. Let's put our hands together for brother Elon Musk. Thank you, Pastor Femi, for picking that up. Congratulations to all of us in the United States. You have done it. Glory! Glory! From the Christ Embassy Global Fellowship in the United States of America, let's put our hands together once again for brother Elon Musk. Thank you. I challenged you several times. I said the top winner could come from the United States or Canada. Wow. 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 And we're going to be wowing all the way to reach out one day and beyond. God bless you. Congratulations to us all.
All right. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Kerr.
And I feel very excited, as always, to have you around once again.
Always a pleasure, always an honor.
I can't get tired of having you in this studio, because every time we have this session, a lot of lives get transformed.
Praise
There
God.
are people who out there who get their questions answered, questions they've had for a whole lot of time.
And I enjoy my sessions with you because you ask very, 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 strange, unusual questions. And I love that. I love that. Very sound, logical, intellectual questions. I love them.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Just before we go into the main thing, few days ago, I came, in contact with the news on social media. First, it was published. I think I saw it on legit.ng about Christ Embassy, where they said that Elon Musk for this year is the highest donor of their Rhapsody of Reality. And I felt, I know Elon Musk is not a religious person, so I didn't doubt it. I know anything is possible, but I quickly started making some research to see if there's any atom of truth in it. First, I went to the Christ Embassy website, official website, and I couldn't see any mention of Elon Musk or any of their donors there.
Okay.
So I went to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an AI tool that almost it has answers to almost every question, and it does research faster than anyone. So the first question I asked ChatGPT was if there is any relationship between Elon Musk the Elon Musk will know and Christ Embassy? And the answer was no. I asked if there is any known relationship between Elon Musk and Chris Oyakilome himself. And the answer was no. I asked again if there is any relationship between Elon Musk or any of his companies or any of his family members with anything that is related to Christ Embassy, Love World, or the Rhapsody of Reality. And the answer was no. Now, I was not making this research because I doubted what Christ Embassy said.
Yeah, just to validate.
Just to validate, because I'm usually very curious. Just like I was curious when Chris said he raised over 50 people from the dead within 1 year. I didn't find any truth in it. So this one, at the end of the day, I asked ChatGPT to check legit.ng, where I first saw the news, to see if it can validate the news. Unfortunately, it was already deleted. It was no longer there. People don't understand that Elon Musk wealth is in stock. And if you must sell any of your stocks, it must be captured in the US SEC. The time Elon Musk sold in 2021, for instance, he sold a stock worth $5.7 billion. And he donated $55 million to St. Jude Children's Hospital and $54 million to X Prize Foundation. All these things are captured. So when you sell your stock in the US, it's captured in the US SEC. All right. And that money is tracked. When you make a donation, it is tracked. Just like the two donations, he made $55 million and $54 million. All right. So these things are very verifiable. You can simply Google it instead of allowing yourself to be deceived. And I want to ask, because after carefully researching about all of this, I came to the realization that there was some atom of treachery in the announcement. First, it was made by a lady, prominent lady in the church. And is this a tricky way of putting an end to the argument that some of the wealthy people in this world do not pay tithe or do not believe even in God, that one doesn't need even God or to be a Christian to be rich? Is this a tricky way of putting an end to that argument? Or what do you think about it, sir?
Which Elon Musk are you talking about? Is it 180 Musk equals to 2 Dangote? Well, if it's Elon Musk, the people have been writing me and sending me messages in my inbox and all kinds of stuff, about this story. Kel, what bothers me even is the fact that a lot of people, because when that news came out, I didn't even hear about it. But people started tagging me, forwarding them to me and saying, where is Abel Damina? Now you are pro something. The person insinuated is that because Elon Musk created a technology that enables for people to send messages out, and they have been able to use his X space to send Rhapsody out, that automatically makes him a partner.
Oh, but he didn't do that to only Christ Embassy.
Exactly.
He reached out, because I know that he actually reached out.
Muslims are using that.
Yes.
Everybody who wants to use, I'm using X-Space. Everybody is using X-Space. Business people are using it. So maybe that's what they call partnership. But you see, that's very misleading. Very, very misleading. To call him brother just because you use his platform and to say he specifically sent donation. That's misleading. And there's nothing you will ever do in this world to prove the fact that it is not only believers or believers that prosper financially. I mean, they showed up on the earth. The Bible tells us that he was not even rich. He came from a family that was poor, but wise men. And that goes further to show that the revelation of God is not exclusive to Christianity. That's very important. That it's not only Christians that have the revelation of God, because God loves the world. The revelation of God came to people who don't even know the Bible, who have never heard of the Bible, who have never even heard of Christ. For example, the wise men who came from the East were not Christians. They were astrologers who knew that there was a day the Messiah would be born, which means in their astrology, there was the revelation of God given to them at a certain measure. And so they began to track down this revelation of God. And then finally they met Herod, and they told Herod, according to astrology, when the Messiah will be born, this will be the sign. We have seen the sign. We want to go and track him. Okay, so the revelation of God could come to people in different diverse forms. But like I always say, when that revelation comes and it concerns the Christ, it will eventually lead you to the Bible, where you have the complete story, the complete message, the complete understanding of the Christ himself. It will lead you there, because the revelation will come in bits and pieces. It will create a hunger and a curiosity in a man to seek for the whole truth concerning God. So when people speak after that manner, there's a bit of, untruth in it. There's a bit of insincerity, because it's not only Christians that prosper financially. Some of the richest people in the world they don't even believe in God.
I remember the old Babylon.
That's right.
Babylon, as of in ancient history, was the richest.
Right.
And they were so ungodly.
Right. Right.
So at least that it's a prima facie evidence.
That's right.
That non-believers also make wealth.
Right. Right.
So I agree with you on that. Again, this Christ Embassy, Chris himself said a couple of months ago that he has raised over 50 people from the dead this year alone. And what I am not comfortable with is the fact that we've not been able to identify one person.
I believe in miracles, Kel. I've seen miracles. I've experienced miracles in my life. But sometimes it's good to be very careful some things people say, because like I always say, miracles are not exclusive to Christianity. I mean, we've had miracles in the book of Exodus. When Moses came with the rod, the Bible tells us the astrologers, the necromancers also brought their own rod. They also performed their own miracles. So miracles are not exclusive to Christianity. There is only one thing exclusive to Christianity, which is the message, the gospel. That's what we have exclusive. And that is what we're mandated to preach. And when we preach that, miracles, God performs miracles because he loves people. But exaggeration must not be used, because that's deception. Exaggeration. If God raised 50 people from the dead, it's a wonderful thing, but it's something that the world news media will carry, because that's unusual. CNN will carry, BBC will carry, NTA will carry, newspapers will carry, interviews will be done to the families of these people who came back from the dead. Just like Lazarus. Everybody knew Lazarus died for 4 days. Jesus brought him. It was verifiable. Miracles must be verifiable, and that is the way the scriptures, even Jesus will tell some people, now that I've healed you, go and show yourself to the priest. Go and verify what I have done. Let the authorities of the land confirm that what we have done is valid. This is Jesus himself. He did that. And I expect that today, when such things happen, if they really happen, they should be verified.
Great. Now, I want us to talk about the Olumba Ubu.
Okay.
I made a post about it a couple of days ago on my page. I find it quite interesting that someone is claiming to be God, and people believe he is God. They worship him like God. They call him God. I mean, if you go to places on, pages on social media, you see people who are making comments like, you are the only God I know. You are my personal Lord and Savior. Without you, there is no other God. And then this man died. Now, from what I've heard, they're having issues in the church on who will succeed him. They said it is the son. Some elders of the church are against it. And I'm not trying to take side in all of this. I've seen people who laugh at these people. I've seen people who say they don't know what they're doing, that these people who believe in this man are very foolish and all of that. But the question I want to ask is it not the same? Can this not be likened to the majority of Christians who believe that Jesus Christ, who was born a Jew in Israel, he died, resurrected, according to what we've read? Those who believe that this Jewish man is God, do they have any right to condemn those who are saying that this Calabar man is God? Is it because this one is an African and the other one is a Jewish man? Or what exactly is?
So, Mr. Kell, that question is, technical. So I'm going to